Greetings, everybody. It is Ice Water King, and today we'll be discussing my recent mixed opinions on Jinxie's recent interest in the Garden Warfare 2 game. Now, for those who don't know who Jinxie is a Twitch streamer who is really well known for his chaotic nature and his Rainbow Six and Clash Royale videos in modern times. And, he's not a bad content creator, actually. He's got some pretty genuine, thoughts out there that I kind of align with. I don't really necessarily agree with his style of content of him just being loud is equal funny, but he seems like a genuine nice hearted guy. I'd like to meet the guy in real life. So, but he's a Rainbow Six streamer, or used to be, until I believe he got sick of Rainbow Six's greedy practices. And obviously, same with Clash Royale, which, for those who don't know, both are very competitive games. And Jinxie has said on previous live streams out there in the world that he prefers competitive games like Rainbow Six Siege and stuff like that. I would actually love to see Jinxie get good at chess. I feel like chess would actually be something good. I feel like that'd be very competitive for him. Recent opinion. Jinxie, if you watch this, no hate towards you. Love your content. I think you're a great guy, but it's just, this is my mixed opinions, right? So, Garden Warfare 2 came out in 2016, and I've made numerous videos of Garden Warfare 1 because I recently, this year, have actually finished the grind for 313, and to be honest, getting to level 313 on Garden Warfare 1 is such a fucking hassle, especially in modern times, because of the stupid way you level up. So yeah, I've been enjoying a lot of Garden Warfare 2 content. I've been streaming that a lot. Also, with Jinxie's recent interest, I've actually been engaged more in Garden Warfare 2 streams. But that's not what we're talking about. I mostly want to talk about that the positives I see with Jinxie coming to Garden Warfare 2, and the, I guess, negatives, and we're going to put that in quotation marks, because again, I don't necessarily hate the guy, I don't hate his content, money's money, right? Jinxie's a genuine guy, right? He's friends with Queso, has Sketch, probably the most wholesome people on the internet out there when it comes to content creation. No hate towards the guy, but, I don't see anywhere where Jinxie, would stream this for a very long time, make good content, because, Garden Warfare is what I would consider a very casual shooter, a casual friendly shooter, very balanced and all that. And there's no really meta this, meta that. I love Garden Warfare 2. I want to see Garden Warfare 2 thrive, especially, 10 years. And if, Jinxie can revive this franchise, more power to him, honestly. More power to him. Honestly, we need more better games out there that are trending, like Garden Warfare 2. Right, and I'm pretty sure Garden Warfare franchise, or the Plants vs. Zombies franchise in total, is probably a place where a very special heart, so this is, would be a second peak, if you will, and honestly would be very fitting for the great meme reset, quotation marks, coming up in January 2026. Honestly, with everything coming out in the year 2026, it honestly looks like we're going to have a peak of 2016, but remastered 2026. And again, more power to Jinxie. He can do whatever he wants. It's his content. I'm not here to dictate who he can play with, who he can choose to do content with, and all of that. And again, Jinxie, if you ever somehow stumble upon this video, you seem like a nice guy. I'd like to meet you in real life one day. But I don't see a world where Jinxie would enjoy this. I mean, he could probably correct me if you're wrong. Honestly, he never played the game. He might love it or hate it. Everything's subjective. I love the franchise because I'm, a casual gamer, and I love sharing casual, fun time with my fans here. But Jinxie is a very competitive guy. Not like a very, what's it called? Competitive nature. He has a very healthy competitive nature to him. He's not someone who's gonna rub in competitive nature to anyone else. He seems like a positive guy, right, when it comes to competitive. Honestly, don't know if this guy's ever played any sports. He honestly, with the way he is super competitive, wouldn't surprise me. But then his fans are another thing, because they're going to follow Jinxy to Garden Warfare 2. And I don't know much about Jinxie's content, but with his competitive nature and how he, in his Rainbow Six videos, he would point out and be like, oh, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, this guy's skilled, or no, this guy's not very skilled, and, would give out pointers. I don't see how there would be that much of that style of content in Garden Warfare 2, because anyone can play Garden Warfare 2 however they want, and I have milked this franchise, well, at least the first game, so I think I've made at least 2 to 3 videos, if you want to, previous check them out. I might make some more as Garden Warfare 2 content probably comes out more and more and more, especially with the trends. But here's one thing. The trend hopper being thrown out there. People always go in the comments being like, oh, trend hoppers are going to go into Garden Warfare 2. I don't like the word trend hopper, because what if Jinxie genuinely enjoys Garden Warfare 2 and, makes genuine good content and revives the franchise, and everyone's, enjoying it, and more content creators can, come out and enjoy better games? Not saying there's any, bad modern games. I mean, we've had some pretty good ones, like Expedition 33, which I still need to make probably a series out of, because genuinely looks pretty good. I've heard good things about that one. Baldur's Gate 3, still good. There's still a lot of content to that game, and without microtransactions. Helldivers 2, there's a lot of good examples of modern games that are thriving well, but I think a lot of people are actually really just sick of just the huge overinflation of AAA games like Black Ops 7 and all that. I mean, Battlefield 6 is looking a bit promising, but I think people are still a bit skeptical of that. So there's that. I don't like the word trend hoppers. I think people saying trend hoppers are just being negative for the sake of being negative and just have nothing better to do with their lives. Another thing I don't agree with is, so Jinxie's competitive nature is going to probably Call of Duty Warzone-ify Garden Warfare, even though I doubt there is going to be anything like that. There's probably going to be people out there being like, oh, this pea-shooter class is the meta and will get you the most kills. Oh, this foot soldier class will get this. It's just, I think every single class is a balance to play certain roles, and especially in Turf War, so Gardens and Graveyards and Herbal Assault, the Engineer class, so Engineer and Rose help teleport. So honestly, I think Jinxie would actually really appreciate probably the teamwork aspect of it. Again, this is all just skepticism. If Jinxie comes out and reaches out and maybe high hopes, collaborates with Garden Warfare 2, and maybe explain a few things and maybe get to know the guy one-on-one, I probably would not be ignorantly bliss to Jinxie himself. Again, he looks like a great guy. I honestly would love to meet the guy. But I just can't see a world where Jinxie brings a lot of positives. Again, we have to see how this plays out. I'm not trying to say Jinxie is going to ruin Garden Warfare 2. Honestly, I think at first it's going to be a bit of people being negative for the sake of being negative, and people, genuine criticism, and Jinxie's love for competitive games, and I want to see Jinxie thrive in a very good competitive environment. I just don't think casual shooter is right for Jinxie. Again, we'll have to see how this plays out. And obviously the people coming to the franchise are probably going to be like, oh, this is meta for this reason, and I'm not for that. So that's going to honestly wrap up probably for my final thoughts. Honestly, I encourage people to play Garden Warfare 2 if they've never played it, preferably on consoles, considering you're probably going to run into a lot of hackers and just exploiters on PC, so console's probably the best bet for you. It sucks it's not cross-platform. Obviously, this game came out before cross-platform was ever a thing. But yeah, no, honestly, thoughts here is we have to just see how this plays out for Jinxy, whether Jinxy actually loves the casualness of it or he doesn't. That's up for him to decide. Please don't spread hate to Jinxy or anyone else who's trying to make a genuine change. Obviously, there's people that don't hate people for the hate of, it's the world we live in. And Jinxy, I hope that you enjoy Garden Warfare 2 as much as the next guy. Make as much content of it, and if you enjoy it, continue streaming, and please breathe life into this. That's my final message, but that's going to wrap it up for today's video, Kingdom. If you like what you see, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Twitch so that you know when I go live. Join the Discord to, interact with me if you want. And don't forget to enter yourself in the sweater contest so you can earn yourself a week-long shout-out from me. But that's going to wrap it up. Peace, Kingdom.